What's up, all of my peoples of YouTube? It's your boy D-Bellboy, the Black Ranger, here with yet another Genesis hero video. So, last video we took a look at the Trash Panda Skeletor. Hi kid, but his kit overall as a carrier, it was very safe, really safe in fact. His second skill pretty much allowed him to gain increased vision as well as range and damage. Plus, on top of that, if you coupled it with his passive skill for even more range and damage after you killed a certain number of creeps, it literally has this synergistic effect to where pretty much you can be in the team fight and deal damage but not be in the team fight, so to speak. Alright, so the business part of this video, guys, if you like the videos, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You know, that magical thumbs up. It's different from the regular thumbs up. It's because it's magical to help this video go ahead and get out there. But, you know, only if you want to, though. I'm still fine with, you know, making these videos and chatting it up with you guys in the comment section. It keeps me busy. As well as if you're interested in what I'm doing here on the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you for doing so. And hit the bell afterwards so, you know, you can never miss an upload on the channel. But as for today's hero vid, we're gonna delve a little bit deeper into the lost and forbidden arts that only the darkest of souls can master. Everyone take heed of the mystical Thanatos. Alright, so now we are introducing Thanatos. He is classified in game as a pure support. So, his lore and backstory, or background rather. The embodiment of deceit and trickery, Thanatos studies the forbidden technique of blood sacrifice. After he was cast out by the Pantheon, he dives into this dangerous art with renewed fervor. His background: the immortal technology of the Pantheon has a side effect. It lowers the birth rate of the future generation, and of those born, some of them become hideous freaks. Thanatos is one of them. He was abandoned on Total Loss, the planet governed by Hades. The planet of Total Loss has the most extreme and deadly climate of all places ruled by the Pantheon. Hades pays the criminals sent here no mind. Death and evil is the only way Thanatos could survive. He learned of a hidden and taboo method to gain eternal lifeblood siphon. Criminals and inmates started to disappear from Total Loss. This was the only thing happening on the planet that had any remote interest to Hades. Word of Hades supporting Thanatos is in his research spread to Zeus, who condemned Thanatos and berated Hades. This was the chance Hades had been waiting for. Hades had secretly brought all his followers and immediately waged war on the Pantheon. The war was short but fierce. In the end, with Hades' loss, it ended with Hades' loss. With Thanatos' help, Hades founded the Shadow Enclave to seek power and revenge. Thanatos started experimenting for eternal life in more extreme ways. He soon received the name God of Death. So nice little interesting take that they put on the God of Death there, making him a sort of bat. But come on, guys, you already know what I'm about to say. None of that matters, because everything that matters on this channel right now, at least in this series, is them skills that pays them bills, that gets us kills. Say that 3 times fast. I can't. That's why I'm telling you to do it. You guys can do it. I can't. Alright. First skill for Thanatos, Kiss of Death. Slows an enemy unit and deals damage over time. Effect stops when the target is too far away. The damage dealt is converted to health and is based on the target's maximum health. The energy cost for that is 60, 80, 100, and 120 respectively, and the cooldown is 11 seconds, 10, 9, and 8 respectively as well. The second skill for him is Mind Break. Causes an enemy unit to go insane and attack any nearby unit, friend or foe, for a short time. Insanity lasts longer on regular units. The energy cost for that is 90, 110, 130, and 150 respectively, and the cooldown is a static 12 seconds. The third skill for him is a passive skill. Thanatos' basic attacks and abilities infect and damage other enemy units around the target. Secondary infections deal less damage and last for a shorter duration. And finally, his fourth ability, his ultimate, is Soul Devour. Thanatos takes control of an enemy unit, dealing damage over time and regaining a certain percentage of the damage dealt as health. Performing any action during this time will interrupt this skill. The energy cost for it is 150, 250, 350 respectively. And the cooldown is 60 seconds, 55, and 50 respectively as well. So honestly, his overall kit, I'm pretty much kind of liking it. He's if for my guys who out there who've played StarCraft, his kit essentially looks like an infester. Almost quite literally, he's an infester in a MOBA. But then again, I think they did add like the infester skin for like Heroes of the Storm in that game. But yeah, like all going off topic there. Yeah, his kit is pretty much like an infester from StarCraft 2. Pretty much, you cast Kiss of Death. It stays stuck on an opponent. So you, as long as you're within, you stay within range, it's gonna deal damage and it's gonna heal you based on whatever their maximum health is for however much damage you deal. Percentage wise and respectively on that. Mind Break, you select an enemy unit or an enemy hero and they pretty much lose control of their hero. They go berserk for a couple of seconds and they hit anything. It doesn't matter if it's friend or foe. So nice little disruption right there as well too, especially like if you can get behind the enemy team before the team fight starts, pop the Mind Break on the enemy carry. He just because essentially the enemy carry should more than likely be behind the tank and slightly behind the caster, because him and the caster should be kind of dealing the same at the same length. Generally, casters usually should have a longer length, but that's where technically the carry should be next to the caster. If you can get in there near that and you activate Mind Break on the enemy carry, for however many seconds, depending on how much damage he's doing, you're just probably gonna end up destroying them from within. So nice little disruptive tool that Mind Break is. And then his third skill, honestly, if you want to couple that with Mind Break, because if you actually look at it, the picture, or not the picture, as the video is playing, he actually Mind Breaks the enemy hero, and it ends up bleeding over to one of the little units there after he activates it. So pretty much ability, basic attacks and abilities go ahead and bleed over the effects. Now granted, the secondary effects, as I said, do last shorter and do less damage. However, literally mind break a hero or mind break a unit, and then it ends up just like going over to an enemy hero again. Like, yeah, team. Now that I think about it, team fight wise, Mind Break is pretty deadly. If you can get it off, you Mind Break because like I said, going back to that scenario, you Mind Break the enemy carry, and if it decides it wants to proc to the other enemy team, they're literally fighting each other or either fighting themselves for however long the skill procs. Yeah, really nasty stuff that you can do there. And then lastly, Soul Devour, pretty much it's a control tool. I'm not sure if they're still able to move or not. I'm pretty sure they probably, well, actually no, it says you take control of the enemy unit. So yeah, if you catch somebody unawares, you literally just stick them in place and you just suck the health from them until you get back all your health, and then they die. So really, like I said, really overall, he has that infester kit, but at the same time, my man is a team. I'd say he's a team fight disruptor as a support. Like, that's literally what his support role is. Healing, taking control of enemies to heal himself, spreading confusion within the ranks, and then just watching them implode from the enemy team implode from within, kind of thing. So next up, the loadout that they suggest for him, the items that you should take. So first item, Atomic Stompers, costs 4,050 gold, gives plus 80 movement speed, plus 150 health, plus 300 energy, plus 6 health regen, and plus 2 energy regen with the active skill Hero's Generosity. Restores allies health by 250 and energy by 135 in a 700 radius around the wearer. After being restored to max health, any additional regen is applied as a shield with a duration of 15 seconds. And then the passive Aura Regeneration increases the health regen of friendly units by 3 in a 700 radius around the wearer. Second item you want to take, Medusa Shield, costs 3,800 gold, gives plus 25 attack damage, plus 50 armor. The active Energy Flux grants the wearer immunity to all energy effects for 5 seconds. The third item, Seal of Hades, it costs 4,625 gold, gives plus 475 health, plus 425 energy, plus 6 health regen, plus 1 energy regen, and the passive Rejuvenation. Every time an ability is used by the wearer, grants additional health regen equivalent to 0.5% of max health per second for 6 seconds. The effect can be stacked up to 5 times. Fourth item that you want is Chrono Switch. It costs 5,300 gold, gives plus 60 energy damage, plus 400 energy, plus 5 health regen, plus 5 energy regen. With the active reset, resets all the cooldowns of all your abilities. Fifth item is Cryo Armor. It costs 5,200 gold, gives plus 25 attack damage, plus 750 health, plus 500 energy. The passive Flash Freeze attacks reduce target attack speed by 35% and movement speed by 30%, and the effect lasts for 2 seconds. Then lastly, you want to take Devil's Mutation. Costs 4,900 gold, gives plus 30 attack damage, plus 20% attack speed, plus 17% lifesteal. And the active on it is Battle Madness. Grants the wearer 15% increased movement speed and 55% increased attack speed for 8 seconds. The cooldown on it is 30 seconds, and then the energy cost is 25. As well as the passive on it is Ruthless. Each basic attack deals additional true damage equal to 3.5% of the target's current health. So, looking at this kit and taking into consideration his moves, really overall not bad. Atomic Stompers, self-explanatory, is going to give your units and your allies some healing as well as energy. Don't really need to worry too much about that. Same thing for Medusa's Shield. As you're a support, you don't want to be getting CC'd. You want to be the one dishing out the crowd control. So it grants you immunity to energy effects for 5 seconds. Seal of Hades, honestly, Seal of Hades is is right up the alley for him. Literally every time, because what you're going to be using at least his main 2 abilities, his skill 1 and skill 2 a lot. So every time you use it, go ahead and grant that additional health regen, because skill 1, as long as you're staying close, is already going to end up giving you health regen. His ultimate, if you as you take control of the enemy, is going to give you that heal. Is going to give you heal back as well too. So that's just going to end up giving you a little bit more with the Seal of Hades. Chrono Switch, self-explanatory. Pop it so you can get back your abilities. Literally reset the cooldown of all your abilities. It can go ahead and stack with Seal of Hades as well to get you that extra health regen. Cryo Armor is pretty much self-explanatory as well. You attack an enemy, it reduces their attack speed and movement speed. Again, like I've always been saying, less attack speed equals less deeps, means you attack faster, which means you have more deeps, which means you can win because you're putting out more damage. And then lastly, the Devil's Mutation, in and of itself, same thing, it's increasing your movement speed and attack speed. But the passive on it though, Ruthless, that's what's going to give you that, even though you're support, that's what's going to allow you to deal some damage, since you're mainly going to be using your skills to stay alive and help the team. So again, true damage is going to end up cutting through the enemy's armor to, as it says, deal true damage. So overall, item to kit wise, really synergistic. And then lastly here we have the skill order. So first off, you're gonna want to take Kiss of Death, obviously, because it's gonna be your main skill. You're gonna want to take those evenly. Kiss of Death at 1, 3, 5, and 7. Like it showed, you're gonna be linking into whoever it is on the enemy team, and you're gonna be within range of them, and you're gonna be draining their health, as well as you're going to be getting your health back. Mind Break next up, you take that at level 2. Again, like I said, yeah, really good disruptor for the early game team fight, especially like if you're getting ganked or something like that. Pop that on whoever's ganking you. Run away, and you can run away because they're gonna either be attacking you, or if you decide, if you manage to kind of put some distance between you and them, pop it on the ganker. They start attacking their own teammate who they ended up coming over there to help. So really good for early game. You're gonna take those the other levels at mid and late game. Well, early late game at 8, 10, and 13. Pestilence you're going to take at level 4, again, because his kit is built around being disruptive and spreading that disruption. He's pretty like via chaos wise in the team fight there. Pestilence at 4, and then at 9, 12, and 14, which is going to be more so into the late game, because once the late game is probably going to end up being more team fights. And like I said, he's there to be support and so that confusion and chaos. So you want the Pestilence to proc more often. And then lastly, his ultimate, like always, you're going to take that respectively at level 6, level 11, and level 16. Well, guys, for Thanatos, I'm going to be honest, I really like his kit. I like what so far the supports. I like Elvira's kit, but honestly, I feel like Thanatos might actually end up being my first support. The first support of this game that I'll probably play. It really is a nice, unique kit. You're supporting enemies by causing chaos. So for all of my D&D fans out there, this is here it is. Your what is it? Neutral. Is it neutral chaos? Is it neutral chaos? I can't remember. But yeah, here's your chaos class for support. You're helping your allies by causing chaos on the enemy team. Really good kit overall. Can't wait to see kind of what kind of plays come out from this kit tomorrow when the game actually releases. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Again, if you like the video, give it that thumbs up. You're not required to, as I'm always here making these videos for you. You guys, this is a series for you. So let me know what you guys want out of it, as well as if you are enjoying the content, go ahead and subscribe. Keep me on my toes. Hit the bell. Make sure you get notified whenever I upload. And I'm gone, guys. Like that, we're always good, like grandma's cookies.